2.2 million views in just 9 months. 500,000 views in less than a day. More than 1.7 million views in 4 months. And then, there is your video. 143 views after 2 weeks. Obviously, a thumbnail alone does not generate millions of views, but every single view started with the same decision. Someone saw a thumbnail and decided to click. And I know what your problem is. Before we look at colors, faces, arrows, and Photoshop effects, we need to understand the actual job of a thumbnail. A thumbnail does not need to explain the entire video. And it does not even need to be the most beautiful image you have ever created. Its job is, make the right person stop scrolling and become interested in the video. That's it. When someone opens YouTube, your video is surrounded by dozens of other options. They might only look at it for 1 second, or even less. During that second, the viewer needs to understand 3 things. What am I looking at? Why is it interesting? And why should I choose this video instead of the one next to it? If the thumbnail is confusing, generic, or visually weak, the viewer will usually continue scrolling before reading the title properly. An amazing product can be ignored when the packaging looks uninteresting. To understand how a thumbnail works, we need to look at a few YouTube metrics. The first metric is impressions. An impression is when YouTube displays your thumbnail to someone on the homepage, search results, or suggested videos. Then we have clicks. From those 2 numbers, YouTube calculates the click-through rate, also called CTR. For example, YouTube displays your thumbnail 10,000 times. If 500 people click on it, the click-through rate is 5%. The CTR is one of the main indicators of how effectively your title and thumbnail are attracting viewers. But imagine your thumbnail promises something completely unbelievable. Maybe it shows you standing next to a Lamborghini, even though the Lamborghini is only visible for 3 seconds and has almost nothing to do with the video. People might click because the image looks interesting, but once they realize that the video does not deliver what the thumbnail promised, they leave. You might get the click, but you lose the viewer. That is why click-through rate, watch time, and audience retention need to work together. We will dive deeper on that in another video, so make sure to subscribe. Most strong thumbnails contain a few basic elements. The main subject. It's the most important person, object, or detail in the image. It should be large enough to recognize immediately, even when the thumbnail is displayed on a phone. The next element is the background. It should be about 40% of the thumbnail and support the subject, not compete with it. If the background contains too many details, the viewer might not know where to look. Then we have visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy simply means that some elements should be more important than others. The viewer should see the main subject first, then the second most important element, and then any smaller supporting details. You can create this hierarchy through size, positioning, lighting, contrast, and depth. Large elements attract attention before small elements. Bright elements stand out against dark or blurred backgrounds. Another possible element is text. Text can be useful, but it should not explain the video. Most viewers will not stop to read a full sentence inside a thumbnail. The text should be short, large, and easy to understand. And most importantly, it should add something that is not already explained by the title. For example, imagine the title is, "I tested the cheapest camera on Amazon." If the thumbnail also says, "cheapest Amazon camera," the viewer receives the same information twice. But the thumbnail could instead show a terrible-looking photo with the words, "real footage." Now the title explains what the video is about, while the thumbnail creates an additional question. The title and thumbnail should support each other instead of repeating each other. Pro tips I noticed: set the saturation to 0. Step away from your computer and look at the thumbnail from a distance. If an element is no longer visible or understandable, remove it. If a person is looking or pointing in one direction, it can guide the viewer towards another object. Keep the bottom right corner as clear as possible, since that is where YouTube displays the video duration. Also play with the YouTube UI. One of the next videos will be about the perfect video length. You can see that I combined all these tips. Let's see how that video will perform. AI has made it much easier to create images without advanced Photoshop skills. But AI is still only a tool. You can test different compositions before spending time creating the final design, generate backgrounds, objects, lighting references, and unusual locations. You can also use AI to extend an image when the original photo does not contain enough space. However, fully generated thumbnails often have a very recognizable AI appearance. The spacing is mostly awful, which is, in my opinion, looking like shit. That is why I normally use AI for specific elements instead of asking it to create the entire final thumbnail. I still control the main idea, layout, text, colors, and visual hierarchy myself. When people talk about having an own thumbnail style, they often think that every thumbnail needs to be the same, but that can make a channel feel repetitive. Instead, use a few consistent visual decisions. This could be the same avatar, like I do, a recognizable font, similar lighting, a certain way of presenting objects, a recurring color palette. Sometimes, a simple, dark thumbnail with one small object can stand out because every other video around it is loud and overloaded. Before finalizing a thumbnail, look at videos covering similar topics. Place your design between them. Does your thumbnail still stand out? Now, I want to know what you think. Why did you click this video? Let me know in the comments. And the next time you upload a video, remember, your thumbnail is not a garage sale. You don't need to put everything you have into it.